What if I told you, you might already be making enough money to feel rich, but your brain won't let you? 5 years ago, you promised yourself something simple. If I just make more money, I'll finally feel rich. But what if the moment you reach that income, your brain quietly moves the finish line again? What if the reason you never feel wealthy has nothing to do with how much you earn? Imagine this. A few years ago, you were earning far less than today. You lived simpler, counted every expense, and dreamed about the day you'd finally make it. You believed a specific number would solve everything. Then you reached it, and somehow nothing really changed. The stress stayed, the pressure stayed, and a new number appeared in your mind. This happens to almost everyone. People double their income, upgrade their lifestyle, and yet emotionally they feel stuck in the same financial place. Why? Because the problem was never the income number. The problem was the system running inside your brain. Psychologists call this phenomenon the hedonic treadmill. It's the reason why promotions feel amazing for a few months, and then suddenly normal. Your brain is designed to adapt quickly to improvements, reset your expectations, and push you toward wanting more. Think about your last major upgrade: a new salary, a new car, a better apartment. At first, it felt like proof you were winning at life. But fast forward a few months, and it simply became normal. Not exciting, not impressive, just your life. And here's the twist most people never realize. The moment your income increases, your lifestyle quietly expands with it. Better restaurants, higher rent, subscriptions you barely notice, small upgrades that slowly become permanent expenses. Suddenly, the raise that was supposed to give you freedom disappears into a more expensive version of your life. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's the real reason so many high earners still feel financially stressed. The more money comes in, the more expectations grow. Not because you're irresponsible, but because your environment and social comparisons change. Look around. Someone always earns more. Someone drives a nicer car. Someone lives in a bigger apartment. And suddenly, what once felt like success now feels average. Not because you failed, but because comparison silently rewrites your definition of rich. But here's something interesting researchers discovered. Happiness does increase with income, but only up to a certain point. After that, each extra dollar brings less and less emotional return. In other words, doubling your income does not double your happiness. So if more money doesn't automatically make you feel rich, what actually does? The answer isn't earning less. It's changing how you measure progress. Because the biggest mistake people make is believing happiness lives at the destination, the salary, the milestone, the net worth goal. In reality, people feel happiest when they're moving toward something meaningful, not when they arrive. The anticipation of a goal often feels better than achieving it. That's why reaching milestones sometimes feels strangely empty. There's another powerful shift that can change everything. Spending on experiences instead of constant upgrades. Trips, skills, time with people you care about. These things stay valuable longer because they become part of your identity, not just objects you get used to. And financially, this matters more than you think. When your income grows but your lifestyle grows slower, something powerful happens. The gap between what you earn and what you spend starts building real wealth. That gap is what eventually buys freedom. So maybe the goal isn't to feel rich because of a number in your bank account. Maybe the goal is to build a life where money stops controlling your time, your stress, and your decisions. That's when people actually start feeling wealthy. Here's the truth most people realize too late. You can spend your entire life chasing the feeling of almost rich, or you can step off the treadmill and define what enough actually means for you. Because once you do that, something surprising happens. The finish line stops moving, and for the first time, progress actually feels real. If this made you rethink how money and happiness actually work, subscribe to the channel for more financial truths nobody wants to say.